Hey family, I'm back. It's MAMABEAR Prepping. We're going to talk about inflation. More importantly, we're going to talk about the items that you need to make sure that you are stockpiling before hyperinflation comes, okay? A lot of people will argue that we're not going to see hyperinflation. Some people would argue, I don't know what hyperinflation is, but it's definitely happening now, right? Because the inflation that they're seeing is hardcore and is hard to wrap your head around, let alone your budget around, okay? So let's talk about 15 things, in my humble opinion, that I think that you should start stockpiling. Number one is meds. Talk about this all the time. Talked about this on the last video. Talk about this on a lot of videos. Medicines, medical supply, and vitamins. Absolutes, must have in your preps. Must think about because of so many other reasons. But when we talk about hyperinflation and items that we think that will continue to rise in price, medicines is one of them. Have you ever gone to a corner store when you needed to have, some NyQuil, you needed to pick up some Tylenol, some Midol, just something quick that you needed immediately, and the only thing around was a corner store, bodega, and you went in there and, how much was it, right? $20 for, a handful of Tylenol. Just through the roof expensive, and it's because the demand is there. The same thing is going to happen. Either we're going to run out of meds and the demand is going to be needed, and therefore those prices are going to skyrocket, or something bad is going to happen and they know that they can raise the prices, or they have to raise the prices in order to make a profit, and it's going to hurt our pockets. Okay, it's going to be shortages or it's going to be hyperinflation, one or the other. Okay, it's either not going to be there, or if it's there, it's going to be expensive. Second thing I have is meat. Meat. I've been, meat has been on my mind for the past 2 years in regards to getting meat in my home and making it shelf stable. This is more than just buying meat, getting it in your freezer, getting it in your home. It's very, very important to get it in your home now before it continues to go up. There's a lot of meats that I just will not swallow. I will just not buy because at the time it's just too high. I try now and hardcore, and I've never been one to really stick to sales and sales only, but meat is one of those things that I wait until I see certain sales go on at stores, and then that's when I get my meat. I get a lot of it and then I preserve it, okay? Need to get it and then preserve it and make it shelf stable. Again, because either it's not gonna be there or it's gonna be through the roof. And sometimes if you just go on a whim and you're like, hey, I just wanna make something with hamburger, and you just, willy-nilly go to the store to get that hamburger, you never know what the price is gonna be. And it's hurtful, okay? I have gone and absolutely went wanting to get a certain type of meat and then walked out of the store with a completely different meat because it was just too much to pay, okay? And so, and even the sales, they're not really sales. This is gonna go up, and inflation is going to continue to rise, and meat is one of those things. They already want to kind of shift us away from meat products in general anyway, so it's just going to continue. They're going to try to price us out of it, and a lot of families are already getting priced out of stuff, okay? It's crazy when you can maybe walk into a store, maybe afford the salmon over, the raunchiest of hamburger meat, right? It's just ridiculous, okay? Number 3 thing I have is wood. So I'm still on this. I've talked about this for a while. We've been doing tons of projects that require wood, and so we're very familiar. Now, wood prices, when I first started talking about this like about a year and a half ago, were skyrocketed. They were huge. They've come down a little tiny bit, but not really, right? You go and have a project and you even need just a few boards or a few different types of wood for it, through the roof, okay? That stuff is expensive. So really Home Depot, Lowe's, home improvement type items, they're all going up, skyrocketing, and they're going to continue to rise, okay? So if you have projects, you have things that you want to do, right, that require wood and require these different wood products, and I would venture and go a little bit further than wood products and say it's more than that, okay? It's all of the materials that it takes to do different things is expensive, okay? So take a look. You gotta shop around a little bit, wait for sales. It's hardcore. There's a lot of stuff you can do besides buying new wood as well, right? Repurpose stuff, but it's hard on these streets, okay, when it comes to if you're trying to do any kind of projects that require wood. Number 4 thing I have is paper products. So this is your toilet paper, this is your paper plates, this is your paper towels, utensils, you know, plastic utensils, even all of that type of throwaway type stuff. Continue to get it. I'm one where when I go to the store, there's certain things that I'm always constantly have my eyes on and I'm always getting, right? Paper plates is one of those things that I'm always getting, and they have continued to rise. Okay, we're getting to the point where I start to second guess, like, wow, do I want to pay this for this piece of, you know, paper, right? This paper product. Do I really need this, right? We shifted from paper towels to washcloths, little baskets full of washcloths, I don't know, maybe a couple years ago. And that is very, very helpful, right? They just get washed and they're reusable. And we've been doing that for a while. I still buy paper towels just to have them for just simple messes. Just sometimes those are just better, right? Soaking up grease, whatever. Different projects in the kitchen, right? That they're just a little bit more useful than, you know, your I'm looking right here because I have a basket here of your washcloths, right? But continue to go up. So if that's something that you prep, that's something that you want to have, you don't have your alternate kitchen items yet, right? You don't have your paper plates prepped, your utensils, your different things like that, get that stuff. Obviously toilet paper is a thing, there's other options, but get that stuff, okay? Let's see what else. Number 5 I have is liquor. Now what's interesting is we drink liquor. I keep liquor for medicinal purposes, for medical purposes, right? For different projects that have to do with preservation, right? So liquor is something that we actually purchase, right? Now, what's interesting is I've always thought in my mind that liquor and smokes would be 2 things that would go through the roof, right, in pricing. What's interesting is over the last year and a half, when I expected to go up, it hasn't really gone up, you guys. At least the stuff we're buying, we really just mess with the stuff we drink, which is whiskey, and then we mess with medicinal and preservation projects, and most of that stuff takes vodka. And I haven't seen a huge increase. From time to time we see increases, but normally it's because of a holiday or it's a reason where they think people are buying more liquor, and so of course prices go up. But it hasn't gone crazy. But I would venture that the minute something crazy happens, when they know that people will be stressed and they know people will be buying a much bigger increase of liquor, that will go up. Okay, it's hard for me to understand why it hasn't yet. Smokes have. We don't smoke, but I didn't. Hubby used to, right? And so I am familiar with pricing and how it has gone up over the years as of late, and shortages too. You try to find a certain type of something. So I know several people that have changed to either vaping or they've changed to rolling their own. So that has gone up. I'm not going to advocate for that. Hubby doesn't smoke anymore. He was vaping. Praise God, he doesn't vape anymore. So then that's recent for us, right? But I'm going to have liquor. I'm going to keep liquor smokes on this list, okay? Liquor, I feel like, you know, if that's something that you utilize in your home, even if you don't drink it and you're utilizing it for tinctures and other medicinal properties and other preservation items, that you want to ensure that you are truly, truly stocking up on it now before that price goes up, because I do believe that it will go up. Number 6 thing I have is freeze-dried food. Now you might think, well, that's an odd thing to put on the list, but it's not odd to me, and it's not odd to people that are thinking about food preservation, long-term food storage. Folks like me, folks like that, do think about that and do look for those products and do buy them. It doesn't matter which company you go to, whatever, but there's a lot of people that do think about long-term food storage, and they think about freeze-dried foods, and they therefore buy those products. Well, if you're one of those people, you'll know that those prices go up and have been going up. Oftentimes, I'm going to tell you what I do now is, because I am part of this community, I am on YouTube, I do follow a lot of channels like this, I wait for sales. I either wait for somebody to say that they saw a number 10 can of freeze-dried whatever, go on sale on Amazon, and then I'll go and get it. I'll wait till another creator posts on their page, on their community page, that there's a sale going on for whatever company it is, Augustin Farms, Thrive, whatever food place it is, Mountain House. And I'll wait for them to post that there's a sale going on, and then I'll use their affiliate code, and therefore you get their discount plus there's a sale going on, okay? And then I'll buy it like that. I'm not going out there and buying, freeze-dried food from, Dick's or the smaller packages, or that, we have some smaller packages and stuff, but typically it's stuff we got in packages, right? We got in monthly boxes, or we got gifted, or whatever the case may be. I'm a big fan of number 10 cans though. But I'll wait and hit those sales. I see them in Walmart. I don't get the ones that are in Walmart. I just don't like the prices, okay? So that stuff is going to continue to go up because those companies have to raise their prices to be able to continue to have their business, okay? Because think about, these businesses are dealing with all the same things that we are dealing with when it comes to shortages, when it comes to not being able to get things that they need to therefore do the product and get it out to us, okay? So prices are going to continue to rise. Number 7 thing I have is garden supplies, seeds, right? Seeds is my number one thing in this section, right? I mean, you should be getting all the garden things that you need, whether that's your orders of dirt from the local dirt place, whether that's different fertilizers, that's your seeds, that's your gear, right? Your extra gloves, your shovels, making sure that you have everything that you need, your stuff and material to cover plants during the winter time, your shade cloths for summer, whatever it is, get your garden supplies. But seeds, we continue to see seed shortages every year, every couple years. And so that's an issue. You're always going to have a time where they come out in the beginning of the seasons, the grow seasons, and it seems like, oh, well, there's no shortages. There's tons of seeds, But behind the scenes, we see shortages. And it can be hard to get the good seeds that you want, good quality seeds. So continue to take a look at your stockpiles. Make sure you have plenty of seeds and you have your garden supplies up now, right? The stuff is going to continue to rise. Even pots, I've noticed just in the last year and a half, the prices of pots have gone through the roof. You used to be able to get all types of sizes of planting pots, especially if they're like plastic, for not that much. Boy, they are going through the roof. They are expensive, okay? So take a look at what you need still and get that stuff. The sooner you get the stuff on the list, the better it is for your pocket in the long term, okay? Number 8 thing I have is batteries. This is a no-brainer. There's so many things in our home that run on batteries. There's a lot of preparedness items that run on batteries, whether it's radios, whether it's flashlights, lanterns. There's just a ton of things that do run on batteries, and it's a must. The batteries are a must for just everyday life, TV remotes and remotes, remote for this and remote for that. And you need batteries to run this, and toys that need batteries, and just all this stuff, right? So batteries is like a constant purchase, right? But I tell you, there's been a couple times certain stores, you can't just go willy-nilly to a store and be like, I'm going to get batteries. No, I have to go to certain stores and wait till they're kind of on a sale and then stock up on them. It's just, those are going to continue to go through the roof. And batteries, invest in the rechargeable ones if you can, right? Charging port with the rechargeables, those work fantastic. But I try to stack those and all the other batteries that I know that things that are in your home take it. Safety things that take that, the carbon monoxide thing, the fire alarm, all of those things that take batteries. There's a lot. All my watering automation systems, they're automated, but guess what they need? Batteries, or they need to be able to be charged, okay? So get that stuff and stockpile it. Number 9 thing I have on here is food preservation items. This is a no-brainer as things happen and unravel, and people try to survive and figure out what they can do to make food last longer and this and that, and they get smarter. The food preservation items start flying off the shelves. Again, we've already gone through some shortages. We've already gone through some price hikes. It's going to continue to rise. Okay, so get those things. You still need a pressure canner, get it now, because who knows how much it's going to cost you a year from now, okay, or 2 years from now, or if you're even going to be able to get it in period, right? Next thing I have is number 10 is coffee and tea. If you're a coffee or tea drinker, get those things. Specifically teas, think sickness, think flu, think what do I need to be healthy? Specific things, your turmeric teas, your lemon teas, your peppermint teas, all the different teas that are for wellness. Get those teas. Your coffee, if you're a coffee drinker, you already know that you need to stockpile. We've already seen coffee go up. That's just a commodity that is going to go up. Coffee is not going to stop, and it's going to go up. And so coffee, again, shortages as well, right? There was some K-cups that we had been getting, some cheaper ones we had been getting from Walmart for a very, very long time. As of late, cannot get the box size that we normally get. We get like a 96 count, fairly cheap when you look at the price across the board. Can't find them. They're totally out. And then if you look at the other products, the prices are going through the roof. You just can't afford it for what you're getting and the price you're paying. It's insane. And the problem is that it's hurtful now during inflation, and we still have to get and hope that hyperinflation doesn't happen, because if it happens, we're not going to be able to afford it. Okay. Next thing I have, number 11, is pet foods. We've talked about this several times. Shortages going on, pet food. Again, as that stuff happens, you're going to see an increase in what it costs to get stuff. I talked about this the other day about the treats for dog treats. Out of control, these prices for dog treats. Now, we've just got the dog. I don't know, have dog treats been this expensive for years and years and years? It's not an inflation thing. But baby, I can't do it. I mean, it's hurting my soul, the price for dog treats, okay? Number 12 thing I have is canned fruits and vegetables. You know, anytime we've seen the stock go low, the price skyrockets, okay? You know, hopefully, you know, you could still find vegetables 50, 60 cents. That's my price range that I like for a can of vegetables. But, you know, you go certain places, $1.50, $2. I mean, that's just crazy, okay? And it's not any better getting the frozen stuff, or even the fresh stuff is even more ridiculous, because if you get fresh stuff, you have to process it right away or eat it right away because it's going bad almost immediately, okay? So a lot of people are turning to the canned foods, but those prices are just fluctuating and going high. In most places, the average, it's not 50 or 60 cents anymore. Absolutely not. It's closer to $1, I would say, is the average, right? So we're already paying more than we were before. I can't imagine hyperinflation. Could you imagine paying like $5 for a can of corn? Like, just, it's too much, right? And we're going to get priced out. That's the problem, and why you want to get ahead of these things on this list is because eventually you get to the point where you absolutely can't do it. You can't bring yourself to buying a can of corn for $5. Like, it's just, you're like, what? Like, it doesn't make any sense, okay? It hurts my soul paying anything more than $1 for vegetables. I hate it, okay? Let's see, that was number 12. Number 13 thing I have is clean supplies. This is your bleach. This is your bleach wipes, your gloves, all your different cleaners, right? From your laundry cleaners to your house cleaners. Get this stuff on lock. We already saw these shortages and how stuff skyrocketed when you did want to get it or you did find it. The price was through the roof. Especially stuff like bleach that's so versatile and used for several things, the price is going to go up. It's been going up, okay? Again, bleach, you didn't used to pay that much for bleach, right? Too much, okay? Again, it's starting to hurt my soul when you have these products that were so cheap before and you're seeing them, you know, rise up. Josh just talked about this the other day about him going to the store and how it hurt his feelings of things that cost a certain amount, and then now they're like triple the price. It hurt him. It's hurtful, right? Number 14 thing I have is hygiene. So your tampons, your diapers, even adult diapers, right? Think about everybody in the house, right? So, tampons, you know, your deodorant, your different body washes, your soaps, your hygiene stuff, your teeth, your toothbrushes, toothpaste. Get all the things and just have your backups. If you only have 2, go get another one, okay? Certain things that are priced right now that are good, and especially if you see them on sale, grab them, right? You see toothpaste on sale, so it's like a 2-pack, grab it, okay? You've got to be paying attention to these sales when stuff goes on sale, even though the sales really aren't sales anymore, right? That's hurtful too, is, you know, you look for sales and you're looking through the flyer and it's like, this is not really that great of a deal or a sale where you're like, this is amazing, I got to go there and stock up on this. No, it's still hurting, right? It's hurting. It's a problem when sales are still not the easiest to swallow, right? Like, this is not really a sale. However, it's better than last week, and it's going to be better than what it's going to be 2 weeks from now. So it's really, really hard, and hard decisions have to be made, and changes are going to happen within your family on meals, meal planning, and what you guys are cooking and having in your home, right? Some stuff is just not going to happen anymore because it can't. It's too much. Last thing I have is fuels. All types of fuels. You know, fuel, we're going to see it increase. Gas prices are going to go up. If you are not paying attention, that's coming. So they're starting to creep up. That's coming hardcore, so hard and fast. So if you are one that, you know, depleted your gas cans when it was super high, right? And you were like, I'm going to just live off of this for now. Fill those bad boys back up. Make sure that you're getting that gas and getting your gas cans filled back up. Keeping your tanks full, because that is going up. That is going to be a problem. Stockpiling your propane, your butane, all the different types of fuels, your lantern fuel. Get the fuel. That stuff is going to go through the roof and do nothing but go up. And so the sooner you can get that stuff, your extra oils for your car, right? Go, if you can afford another case of oil for your car and lubricants and things like that, get those backups, okay? Because that stuff is going through the roof, okay? So that's my 15 items. I hope that you are sounding off in the comments below. Let us know anything that you thought should be on the list. Specific things that you think should be of concern. I think that there's many other things that I could have mentioned. Another thing, just as a bonus, that I'm worried about is clothing, apparel. I'm not really talking about just extra clothing, but I'm talking about get the underwear, get the socks. I don't know if you've been to the store lately. That stuff's expensive, right? Certain places that was expensive before, but that's going up, right? So get your socks, get your underwear, get the stuff for the kids for the next size, right? Get the underwear size for the next size up. Get the socks, right? Extra fresh tees, the undershirts, whatever, right? Get that stuff now. Your kids need their shoes. Get the shoes. Get the next size up. That's going to be a problem, okay? As we move forward with all this conflict in the world, you have no idea how one economic collapse, hyperinflation, Great Depression, wars, concerns with imports and exporting, and things that change that dynamic. We're already teetering, okay? It's not going to take much. So make sure that you are thinking about these items that we talked about today and getting them stockpiled. Do not stop on these things that are on this list, all right? So I'll see you guys tomorrow on the premiere. You guys take care. Bye.